talk is on the power of love. You know, we're here in life, we've come to the physical form so that we can be on this search and to know that Spirit is ever present, ever available to us, to know that all the wisdom, intelligence, and love and power of the universe is available for us right where we are and right as we are. Not when we get all perfect, not when we get all saintly, and certainly not when we cross over. And the here and now, it's available to us, and it is seeking for us to use it, to know it and to use it. We have not been abandoned. We are not here alone. We are here to reveal the glory of Spirit's love through our hearts and souls. And we have access to all the intelligence. And it is seeking to express itself by means of us through our love and intelligence. Everything in our life depends upon our belief. It is done unto us as we believe. Now, whether we realize it or not, whether we accept it or not, and whether we like it or not, this is how life works. Our belief serves as blueprints for our experiences, determining the outcome we manifest in our lives. Get a better idea for yourself and for those around you, your family, your friends, your community, and life itself, and you'll experience a better life. You'll have a better life. Why not believe in the best of your life? Why not believe in the best of yourself? To step out in faith. That's the only question Christ asked of any of the people who wanted to be healed. He would ask them one simple question: do you believe you can be healed? And if they said yes, then he healed them. This is what happened to the lame man who cried out for a healing. This lame man had been living in the dirt, on the dirt of the soil of the earth for all his life. And he cried out to Christ, "Heal me, Master." Christ turned to him and said, "Do you believe you can be healed?" He said, "Yes." Then he said, "Take up your blanket and walk." Take up your blanket and walk. Now, this is an interesting concept that he told him to take up the blanket first. There's something for us to do before the miracle takes place. There's a lesson for us to have. There's a class for us to take. There's an idea that we need to get rid of, that life isn't good, that somehow I'm wounded, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too this, I'm too that. Mama didn't love me. Somehow, you got to get rid of all that stuff and then get into the business of being healed. This is the change that's got to take place. We do our work, and primarily it's in consciousness, it's in mind. And with our thinking changes, the miracle can happen. Change your belief, change your life, change your world. First, it's in the belief. In shifting the power of our thinking, we have the power to alternate our perception of reality and change the course of our lives. Scientists are now telling us this. When they study the little particles, they say that, as they are observed, their behavior changes. What we observe changes, and we have the power to change life. I was really impressed this week I heard a quote from Pope Francis, and it touched me. You're talking about someone who's trying to change a monolith that's been going on and on for a long way. This guy is really trying to change a direction of something that's really been stuck in a groove for a long, long time. But this week, he said, Jesus is not interested in putting us on trial or subjecting us to judgment. Christ is not interested in trying you. This is a classroom. It's not a courtroom. God is not some IRS agent just hoping to catch you because you didn't get the right form in. You know, it was 22-8 and you did 22-7. No, that's not what Spirit is interested in you. Spirit is thrilled that we've had the courage to show up here in the first place. It's thrilled that we've had the courage to be here, to do our best, to be loving when we've had our hearts broken, to try again when we haven't succeeded, to be friendly when we've had rejection. Spirit is thrilled, and it's wanting to support us. It's wanting to encourage us. It's wanting to prepare a path for us. In spite of having your heart broken, we're here to love and love even more. The Pope said, Jesus wants none of us to be lost. Why would our Creator want us ever to be lost? How could we be lost to our Creator? And why would the Creator of everything want to suffer that heartbreak? Do you know how tough it is to have something you love be lost? I think back when we first got our house in Atlanta, we had adopted this little Sheltie. We hadn't had her but just a couple of weeks, and we were new to the house. We were cleaning out the backyard, and it was in the fall. It was getting dark early, and we suddenly realized she was missing. And we looked around. We could find her nowhere. It was getting darker and darker, and so we drove. We called, nothing. Finally, it was dark, and we realized we had to change our process, and so we had only had one picture of her. Unfortunately, we were trying to be silly, and so what we had done is put sunglasses on her and a little scarf so she looked like a babushka, and we made flyers, "Have you seen this dog?" and we put them up all around the neighborhood. People called. They actually called. And I remember that night, the agony of that night of thinking, where was this little lost soul? You know, and how was she doing? Now, amazingly, the next morning we woke up and she had wandered to where the garbage was and she was staying there. And so we found her. But why would an all-intelligent, all-wise, all-loving Creator want to subject itself to that? It never would. So we are never lost to our Creator. Spirit is closer to us than our next breath, and it is there with us. Dr. Holmes, the founder of our wonderful teaching, he says we're all going to be saved. We all are going to get there. He said, no, not one of us will be missing. We'll all get there. Francis said, the gaze of Spirit is not a blinding beacon. It does not frighten us, but it's the gentle glow of a friendly lamp that helps us see the good within ourselves. The friendly glow. This is what Spirit is hoping you'll do, to see the good within yourself with a friendly inspiration. It's a friend that we have to acknowledge the best in ourselves, to encourage us, to remind us of the best even when we can't see it for ourselves. And when we see the best in ourselves, then we can go out and we can see it in each other, we can see it in family and friends, and we can see it in the world. And then we can encourage it. If you can't see the good in yourself, you can't see it for others, you can't see it for the world, and the good you do see, you will try to deny. It'll make you mad. Have you known anybody like that? That's so negative, doesn't see any good anywhere, and something good pops up, they'll deny it. Or they won't even be able to recognize it. It's not in their consciousness. So we want to know that life is supporting us, that we are a child of the Most High, and that we have come here to be great fountains, great channels of God's love right where we are. You do not know how wonderful you are. You don't know how powerful you are. You don't know the great good you're already doing. And when you link yourself to that power which set the universe into motion, you can bring about amazing miracles. Christ did not come to condemn the world. He came to give it greater life. And that's what we're here to do, to live more abundantly, to live in joy and friendship and laughter, to bring the best of our lives. And that part of us which is compassionate and loving and kind, that part can shine through even in the most broken of places. In fact, in those broken places is where Spirit's love and compassion can shine forth. We're not wounded. We're strong. We're bold. We're dynamic. We're heroes. I was thinking of broken places this week. I visited a dear friend in the hospital, and he's unfortunately on lots of machinery. And when I got there, he's in intensive care, and he's in a coma, and the nurses kind of hurried me out because they said he's unstable, and so they needed me to be out of the room. And fortunately, there was another emergency on the ward, and so they ran off, and for 30 seconds, I got to be with him, and I just touched his hand, and I let him know that I was there and that lots of people were sending him love and courage. And on the way home, I thought to myself, in seeing this really wonderful person in that situation, where's the love in this? Where's the blessing? And then it dawned on me, maybe it was me being there that was the blessing. Maybe me touching his hand was the comfort. Maybe me just showing up was the miracle. We're always asking Spirit to show us a miracle, show us a sign. Maybe your love is the sign. Maybe your effort is the miracle. And maybe together we can change the whole world and create a new heaven and new earth. Jesus Christ said we would, so let us give it a try. Now, on the way home, I turned on National Public Radio, and because St. Patrick's Day is coming up, they had a program about the song, "Oh, Danny Boy." A sad song. I had to pull off the road and have a moment to myself. It's considered one of the greatest songs ever written. It's considered one of the greatest songs ever written. It said it's known as the second Irish national anthem. In fact, there's a movement to make it their national anthem. Now, strangely enough, it was written by a British lawyer, but to an Irish tune. So it does have some Irish roots to it. And it's about love and loss, and the abiding comfort of home, of returning home. You know, it describes the richness of the landscape. It invokes the love of the land and the beauty of passing seasons. Come ye back when the summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. The song, it doesn't give us easy answers. In fact, it's kind of difficult to interpret. There are lots of interpretations of it. One that most makes sense for me is it's a song being sung to a young man who's headed off to war. And it's speaking of overwhelming events that happen in our lives that sometimes sweep us along when we don't have control. War or famine, the Irish famine, or just life itself. But no matter what comes along, no matter what we find ourselves getting swept away with, no matter what, even death itself, love survives. Love remains true. You'll come again when the flowers are still dying in warmth the coal, and I will know through soft you tread above me, and then my grave will be richer and sweeter be, and you will bend down and tell me you love me, and I will rest in peace until you come to me. I will rest in peace, and that's a peace that not even death can hold back. It's a peace that passes all understanding. It's a peace knowing of love and having a faith in love, faith in ourselves, faith in each other, and faith in this all-conquering power of love and Spirit that no matter what life throws at you, we're not weak, we're not wounded. We are a child of the Most High. We have come to shine, to be brilliant lights of Spirit's love. Here, now, in this lifetime, we are here to make a difference, that we're one with God, one with good, forever singing with this celestial chorus that no matter if the spring flowers fade away, love will survive, and there's coming a glory in the coming dawn, and we are here to witness that glory. We are here to sing out from our hearts and souls that we are one with God, that we're witnessing it, that we're playing our part about bringing it back, and we're here to make a difference. Spirit has called on you by name for you to be here exactly where you are in this lifetime, and you and Spirit have mighty and wondrous works to do. This is the truth in your life this morning. It's the truth in mine, and so it is.